want to do anything but try to recover. It's my job. Your personal life or exploiting your personal life as entertainment.
What if everything you thought you knew about Beyoncé and Jay-Z was a carefully constructed illusion? What if the music industry's most flawless couple is actually on the edge of collapse and under investigation? With Diddy's empire falling apart, federal prosecutors are allegedly circling his closest allies. And according to mounting whispers, Jay and Bey aren't just close to the fire. They might be next to burn. But it's not just rumors. The canceled appearances, the sudden silence, and the panicked moves all point to something way deeper than a PR crisis. This could be the beginning of their final act, and it's nothing like the fairy tale they sold us. It all started with the storm around Diddy. Lawsuits, leaked tapes, explosive testimony, his empire cracked wide open. But while the spotlight was on him, prosecutors quietly began dropping hints that the real story wasn't just about Diddy. It was about his network. And sitting near the top of that list, Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Their names started floating in the same legal spaces, not as innocent bystanders, but as potential targets. The Cassie lawsuit pulled the curtain back, and what was behind it shocked everyone. Because suddenly, Jay and Bey weren't just megastars. They were possible co-conspirators in a lifestyle darker than most imagined. Then Beyoncé canceled tour dates out of nowhere. No medical emergency, no explanation, just vanished dates. Insiders claimed she and Jay were prepping for something big. Not a vacation, not a break, a possible escape. Word on the street? They've been exploring countries with no extradition treaties, places where US prosecutors can't touch them. Sources close to their circle say, this isn't a drill. It's a strategy. A Russell Simmons play. Get out. Stay out. Disappear before the headlines catch up. Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just industry friends. They were tight. So tight, Jay was one of the only two people allowed to call Diddy by his real name, Sean. The other? Diddy's own mother. That's not just friendship. That's inner circle. The kind of bond where secrets don't need to be spoken out loud. Jay and Bey used to host Diddy at the Rock Nation brunch every single year. He was a regular fixture, until Cassie spoke up. After that, Diddy was erased from their public life. No statements. No loyalty. Just cut off. But that sudden distance didn't erase the years they spent connected at the hip. It only raised more questions. One of the biggest eyebrow raisers came from rapper Deeb. He claimed that back in 2020, he got invited to a super exclusive party at Diddy's LA mansion. This wasn't a party for fans or press. It was a high-level, private gathering. And guess who was there? Jay-Z and Beyoncé. According to Deeb, the vibe wasn't just rich people sipping champagne. It gave freak-off energy, small guest list, weird vibes, unspoken rules. The kind of scene that internet sleuths have been connecting to Diddy's darkest rumors for years. And with Bey and Jay in the mix, it was a red flag waving in plain sight. But the internet didn't stop there. They dug into Jay's past, and what they found wasn't new, but it hit different this time. Rumors of a relationship with Foxy Brown when she was just 15 started gaining traction again. Jay always danced around that story, but Dame Dash, his former partner, went awkwardly silent when asked about it on camera. That silence said more than words ever could. Then there's the R. Kelly connection. Jay didn't just work with him, he made a whole album and went on tour with him. And when Dame was asked why he kept his distance, he said it plain, Jay never cut ties with Kelly. So maybe it's not so wild to think Jay was moving like Diddy all along, just in a cleaner suit. Now here's where it gets haunting. Uncle Ron, Beyoncé's former bodyguard, has been speaking out, and what he's saying is disturbing. He claims Jay used substances to control Bey. Not casually, not recreationally, but deliberately. To keep her manageable, to keep her dependent, to make sure she didn't start asking too many questions. The comparison to Diddy and Cassie? It's chilling, because Cassie said the same thing. She was manipulated, isolated, addicted, and trapped. Beyoncé, according to Ron, is finally trying to escape. She's been quietly reaching her breaking point, saying things like she's never had a real life of her own, that she feels like a product more than a person. Their relationship always looked picture perfect. Grammy appearances, Vogue shoots, sold-out tours. But more and more people are seeing the cracks. This wasn't a love story.
It was a partnership, a brand.
And Beyoncé? She was brought into it young. Jay met her when she was 16. Officially waited until she was 18. But insiders say he already had her locked in by then. Career, image, everything. She had almost no dating history. Her mother managed every part of her life. So when Jay showed up, suave, older, powerful, he became her world. He didn't just influence her. He consumed her. And now, that empire is shaking. First, the Rock Nation brunch gone. No announcement, no explanation. Beyoncé stopped promoting it. Celebs stopped begging for invites. It just disappeared. Then come the rumors. Bey pulling money out of deals, stacking cash, canceling appearances. Sources say she had a divorce plan lined up, ready to go. Quietly slip away, announce the split, walk out with the bag. But that plan shifted.
Fast.
Because once the legal threats started to circle both of them, it wasn't just about Bey walking away. It became about both of them running, together, looking for countries with no extradition, buying overseas properties, scrubbing digital trails. They saw what happened to Diddy, and they're trying to make sure it doesn't happen to them. For years, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were untouchable, the mogul and the queen, a billionaire brand built on perfection. But now the gloss is cracking. The power play, the control, the silence, it's all coming out. Fans are asking questions the media never dared to. Why are so many of their moves aligning with escape plans? Why are people close to them telling stories of depression, fear, and manipulation? And most importantly, why haven't they said anything? No denials, no statements, just silence. But silence only works until the noise gets too loud. The legal heat is rising. The internet is watching. And the clock is ticking. Will Beyoncé and Jay-Z vanish before the truth catches up? Or is this the beginning of the end for music's most powerful couple? Still catching your breath from that tea? Drop a like, then hit subscribe for more tea with me, your gracious host Jessica, so you're first in line for every jaw-dropping, mouth-watering, juicy reveal. With more drama on the horizon, you definitely don't want to get left behind. Come again by dropping a like and subscribing now.